So the title block, it's here. So I have done it first. Okay. So basically you have to create this 11 by 17 sheet. And here you have to design your own title block. So I will show you how to do it now. So I open a new sheet and probably you will have this default. So do you all have this one?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so you have this one. First, we need to change the dimensions, and second, well, I want the vertical one, by the way, so this is horizontal, so I want the vertical one. But there are things that we can keep, okay? I told you that everything is a family in Revit. So this is a family. Now it is a sheet, but if we select this and we click on Edit Family, now we can edit it, and we can delete those lines if you don't like them. Okay, but there are things that we can keep, and maybe we can, we have the sheet name, we have the project name, we have the client name, and we have a logo. So we can move this here, okay? And then we can get rid of the rest of the thing. So first, this has to be 11 inches by 17 inches. Let's move it here. Okay. And now we have to edit it. This editor is not outstanding, so we can make a lot of things, but well, let's do something simple, and but you can't do whatever you feel like. So it's not like Photoshop or InDesign or this kind of software in which you can work with wonderful patterns. Or no, it's very simple. So but there are many things we can do. So the first, this is the limits of our sheet. And if we want like a square here, like a rectangle at the bottom, when we are going to place all this information, so let's do that. So we can always work with offset, okay? And we can offset different things. So by default, I have here 1 inch. So I want to work with 0.1 inch. And now I can work with the trim. And if I want a different offset here, maybe this can be like 2 inches. Say 1.5. And then trim again. Okay, so first you can work with offset. I don't mean that you have to do this rectangle. That's up to you. I'm going to show you what you can do, but then you have to design your own pattern or your own title block. If we click on create, we can draw lines. Okay, so we can draw a line here from this midpoint to that midpoint, and from here to here. Okay, we can do that. What else can we do? If you click on create, you can click on a field region, okay? So what can we do with this? So imagine that, let's work with a rectangle. Okay, so we can click on that rectangle and click finish. So now you see that it has a default pattern. I don't know why we have this, but we can always change this. Okay, so we select this rectangle we can edit type. And here, by default, I have this diagonal crosshatch that you can have like a solid fill, and then you can decide the color, something grayish. Well, okay. And then we can work with this and we can edit, we can align things. Okay. We can work with text. So I have copied this here, so we can always move this. If we think that it's too big, we can edit type. But again, if we don't duplicate every, well, I have done this because here we have different styles, different text styles. But if you edit type, make sure that you duplicate and you create your own text. So one of the, here you have the text font, Arial, the text size, 5/8, the tab size. I don't know, I think it's good if you name this like the sheet name. And sheet name, let's say it's Arial, and let's say 3/8. Okay. And now you can change the text size here 3/8. Okay, because we wanted this text to be smaller. And we can always move it and rotate it. Okay, what else we can do? We can create our own text. So we create and we can click on text, and here we can type whatever we feel like. And then we can move it here. Look at this, we have moved this here. And why do we have this white background? Because it's on the properties. So we can always edit type, and you see that the background is opaque. If we want it transparent, we can make it transparent. We can control the light weight. Let me click here 5. And we can change the text font. Let's make it something. What's that? We can make it bold or italic or underline. Okay. So we can always edit this. The problem, we have declared that text style. Now whatever we do, it has the same style. So if we want to change this, if we edit the type, and if we don't click here, we apply this, everything changes, you see? So that's why if you want to change something, and if you want to change only one of the text styles, not all of them, you have to edit type and click, and first you have to duplicate, okay? I'm not duplicating because I don't like it. Okay. What else can we do? We can insert a picture, an image. So I'm going to insert this Belerofonte. I like it. Okay. So we can insert this here. And we can place it somewhere as a logo. or we can insert our own logo that has been done in other CAD file, in AutoCAD, for example. So if you are working or your bosses are working with AutoCAD and they already have a logo, so this is something that I have made up in AutoCAD. So you can insert this logo and then you can turn this into Revit lines. So I will show you how to do that. Imagine that you have this in AutoCAD. I can insert, import CAD, and what's it? I think it was this one. Okay, so as always, it has imported something really tiny. So it's here in the middle of the universe. Okay, there you go. Okay, we unpin it, and first thing, we have to scale. Scale, numerical, 100, big. Scale, graphical, still too big. Scale, graphical, kind of. Okay, but this is an AutoCAD object, and AutoCAD objects are not reliable in Revit. So if we want to turn this into a Revit object, we can always create, we can select line, and there's a very useful tool, which is this one. So that creates a line based on an existing wall, line, whatever, selected in the drawing area, okay? So we have this imported from AutoCAD, but it's not editable. We can explode it, but we did it yesterday and it didn't work, okay? So if we create a line, and if we select these pick lines, and we will use this pick lines option many times for a lot of things. So we can create or we can select all these lines. And then we can delete. Oh, I didn't create this one, sorry. This one. Okay, now I can delete this one. And there you go. So this is a Revit file, and it's much more reliable, and we can edit, we can scale it easily. So it's better having this Revit file than the other one. If you don't want to import this and you want to design this logo with Revit, we can do that. Okay, so we can always create a line, and here we can use all these options with circles, And then we can use the offset. This would be half inch. One. Okay. Well, this is too big. Okay, so I have created. Anyway, we can always do work with this kind of with lines, but we have limited options. Okay, so this is not a good editor for this. So we can work with InDesign. We can create an image, and then we can import the image here, as we did here. And we can work with only with texts in Revit. Or we can create our logo in AutoCAD and then import it, or we can work with this editor, but there are limited options here. You can explore all these things. Here we can create arcs, or we can create lines. Okay, but this editor, it's not good. Anyway, we are architects, so we are not artists. So we can, if we have a logo, that's fine. But working with lines and text, different kinds of texts, and probably different rectangles with different colors, I think we can get by. We don't need to do anything outstanding so far. So the requirements for this title block are the sheet number, the sheet name, the architect, so you have to write your name on it, the number of the name of the course, you have to type in State College, and you have to include your personal logo. It can be an image, or it can be something that you are working with in Revit directly with this Revit editor, whatever, but you need a personal logo. So you need all this information on that sheet. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this. And once I have done this masterpiece, I have to save it. So save as a family. And now you can put the name on this family. Let's say 11 times 17 inches. But you can use inches. Okay. And now you load it into the project. And when you open the option of creating a new sheet, you do have here the option that I have created. Okay, so you can open this one, which is the default, or you can open the new one, the masterpiece here. Okay, and now that's perfect, because this element belongs to a family, so you don't have to edit it because it belongs to a family. So that's why I have copied this. You see what I have done, because now it's A105 directly, which is the same one here. So I don't have to edit this every time I create a new sheet. If this is a family, so that's why I have copied this, and then I have, yes, I have copied this from the title block, and then I have copied it here. Okay, are we done? Not yet, because now we have to place here these two floor plans. We have this one and the other one. Well, first, I didn't do that, so I'm going to do it No, I'm not going to do it. So this is the first floor, and we haven't done yet the courtyard. Okay, I told you that we are going to work on that file next week. So far, imagine that we are working only with this rectangle. And well, we want to drag this. This is our the poster we are working with, and then we drag this here. What happens? That happens. That there's a lot of information that we don't want to show. We don't want to show the grid lines. We don't want to show the staircases. But on the other hand, when we are working on the level 0, we need this information. So what can we do? Let me delete this. I would copy. So if we are working with level 0, right click here and duplicate view with detailing. So I'm going to copy level 0, change the name with rooms, because I want to show this information about the room. So now we have level 0, and we have level 0 with rooms. It is the same information, but there are things that I want to keep. I can't delete this, because if I delete these lines, I delete those lines everywhere. And I don't want to do that, because I might need those lines. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hide in view. So if I select this, right click, hide in view category, and now I'm hiding all these lines. What about these dimensions? Maybe I don't want to show those dimensions here, but I want dimensions. So I will hide in view category. So dimensions are there, but they are not in this drawing. They are in this drawing. Okay, so that's why I don't delete things, I just hide in view. The same thing with those staircases. Maybe I would need those staircases later, and I can hide in view those elements. And finally, I want to hide the reference. So let's hide in view this. And that's so this is the information I want to show. Well, I can even delete those reference lines. So I will hide in view category. Yeah, I don't want to show those green lines. And I don't even want to show the room separator. So let's hide in view category. Okay. So this is the information I want. But there's something I don't like. You see that if I'm using these details, if I select here this level of detail, well, there's something wrong here. If we are working with design documents, this is confusing. This is good for construction documents, because here we are looking at different materials that made up the wall. But in these basic drawings, I don't want this, so I have to edit it. How can I do it? So we can work with different things. I would like to show you today this on the properties windows. We have the visibility graphics here. Okay, so if we edit this, here we have all the elements that we can show in Revit. We don't have false ceilings, we don't have columns, we don't have curtain walls in this drawing because it's very simple. But we do have doors, we do have floors, and we do have walls. So if I select walls here, by the way, imagine that you click here and you click OK. Now you don't see the walls. Okay, so that's another way to hide things. And if I click here, I do see the walls. Okay, so there is a different way to hide things in view using these visibility graphics, but I don't want to hide them. but I want to override this. So this is what I want. I want to, we have cut lines and cut patterns. So let's work with cut patterns. I will show you what that means and what the effect is on, by the way. I have, yeah, now I have the walls. So visibility graphics, select walls, make sure that walls are on. And I want to work with this. So I override and the foreground and the background. So I'm going to work with a visible pattern, but the pattern is a solid fill. And I want to make it black. Okay, then apply, I click OK. So this is what I was looking for. So we have the information about the layers here, but everything is black. All the walls, all the category walls are black or have the same pattern. Sometimes we might not want this, so we can work with the visibility graphics. We can work with walls, and I don't want it to be black. I want it to be solid fill, but white. But something wrong happens here. So I can see a lot of things. So that's why when in doubt, make it black. And then we will work with this option with the visibility graphics. But this is the first thing I want to show in a plan. I want to show the difference between walls and rooms. Okay, so this is the first thing I want to see. I can see the walls, I can see the staircase, I can see the windows here. Okay, but this is if I look at this, I don't want to see lines that are not, that I'm not interested in. I want to see this. Okay, so we will explore these options next week, but so far, this is what I want. Okay, can I drag this on my sheet? I don't want this because this is level. So let me drag level 0 with rooms. Okay, that looks better. But if you can see, we have this rectangle. So why do we have this? And we have this title block here. And this title block is matching this big rectangle I have here. How can I get rid of this rectangle? Okay, I have to go to level rooms again, and I have to work with this option here of show crop region. If you show crop region, this is a rectangle that we see on that sheet. So the first thing I want to do is to reduce this, because I want to insert only the drawing and just a small area of white around it. Okay, so let's go to and now you see that we have the room here. But we see the crop region, and I don't want to see that crop region. So I have to hide it. So if you hide crop region, then you hide it. Oh, by the way, that's another, oh, that works. And now here, we don't see the crop region. We just see this. Now we have the title. Working with titles, it's because I want this to be just below the drawing. Okay, so if I click on the title, I can move it. But if I want to make it smaller, I have to click on the drawing and then I can drag this here. I've never understood why it works this way, but this is it. So I have to select this here and let's adjust this to smaller. And move it. Well, okay. So the second, this is the first floor, and as you can see, we can control here the scale. This is 1/4, and I made sure that 1/4 fits on this, so you can click on that view, and then we would need the second floor here. You can change the scale. If you change the scale here, 1/8, that's smaller, but it doesn't look good on this sheet. So let's use the 1/4. It looks well. And finally, you have to work on level 10.8. It's not finished yet, okay? I don't need the sand path. And now there's a different thing. I told you that we can hide this in view, but there's something else we can do. So here we see the crop region. So at the beginning, we can have this. The crop region can include every single drawing we have here. Okay, so let's drag this on the sheet. Oh, it's already in another one. Okay, let's drag it here. And we don't want that because there is a lot of information that we don't want here. We have this crop region, we see the crop region, we see the staircases here. So we have to go to that level, and we can reduce this crop region. I go back here, see what happens. I still can see the staircases here. So if I want to get rid of this, in this drawing, I have to select this option, crop view. So if I select crop view, I don't see anything that it's out of the crop region. And then I hide the crop region. And then I go to this, and this is what I want. And the title block is here. And now I have to make it smaller. Well, there's a good thing here. If we drag this, we see where the other title block is here so that we can align these two. Or if we move it here, you see that we can align this. The problem is that I have already moved that. So how can we fix it? Yeah. And if you move this, you see that when their two floors are aligned, we have this dashed blue line here. There you go. And that makes a good impressions. Okay, so having drawings that are not aligned, it's a mess. So if we have first floor and second floor, make sure that both of them are aligned. And then we have to work with this. We have to align here, and then we have to select here, and then we have to align there. Okay, so now everything is aligned and everything is, I'm a little paranoid with aligning things, but I think it's better. So this is what I want. Okay, so I want you to finish the model, The second floor is not finished here. The first floor is finished. All I want is the black walls with information about the rooms here, about the living room and the footage. I want everything, so you have to insert more windows. Oh, and by the way, we haven't tried with furniture. You can always, if you click on architecture component, here we have all the families that we have loaded. There are trees, there are furniture. The only thing that I have by default is that desk. But this is a student desk, so it doesn't fit here. So what do we need? We need tables, we need chairs, we need a couch, we need furniture for the kitchen and for the toilet. So you have to explore, you have to insert, load families, and here there's a folder with furniture, and here we have tables and beds and chairs and tables. But again, everything's terrible here. Those are office tables. Ugh. Ugh. Position. This one. But this is a family. We can always edit the family, and we can select different dimensions for this. So I don't know, that fits here. And now look at the 3D view. Well, it's not as ugly as I expected. Okay, so try to insert the furniture, but don't go crazy with furniture. Okay, so on the okay, so try to insert the same furniture that we have on this model. So at least a table here with 4 chairs. Here we need a couch. This is like a TV. I think so, yes. Here we have another table. This is the kitchen. Those are 2 stools. And well, we are not working with the courtyard yet, but try to find the same furniture that we have here for the kitchen, for the bathroom, and for the living room. Okay, so we need these 2 levels with the name of the rooms, the square feet, and furniture.